going to discuss about how we can create a REST API with a Spring Boot. So I am going to create one of the project that is called Spring Boot REST API. So here I am creating the project with the name that is called a Spring Boot REST API. After that I am selecting the group here. So group will be like IT expert. You can choose any name for your group name. Okay, so here I am selecting the Java 8 version and I am going to create a jar packaging. So this way I decided, okay, what I will create a REST API, a Spring Boot application. So I click on the next. So I need to create a REST API. So I am selecting here the Spring Boot web application and I am going to clicking on the finish. So this will create one of the application that is the totally new application for the Spring Boot REST API. So I'm going to check what is my current Java version with the command like Java version. So this will give me the output. Okay, I'm using the Java 8 right now. So what I'm doing, I'm going to create and building the project. So this will create one of the Spring Boot REST API project for me. So now my project is build is completed. So after that I am selecting here is my main application. So here this is the main class where our Spring Boot application will be started. So in case of REST API, we need some of the controller services and the model classes for store the data in our Spring Boot application and get the request like get API, post API and all the API from the Spring Boot applications. So now here I am going to create one of the package like controller, and I also need the services classes. So I am also going to create one of the package for the service, and as we discussed, we also need some of the package for the model classes. So I am following the model view controller here. So here I am going to create one of the model. Let me create one of the model. It's called employee. Employee, we also need some of the properties. So property will be like I am going to create a property like ID. Anyway, we need a string name, address and phone. That four properties I am selecting it here, and I am doing the getter and setter for all the four properties. Okay. And this here what I am doing, if I will not pass any of the parameter, then ignore unknown true. So if I will not pass any of the parameter like address or name, then this will also pass your classes. Okay. So now my model class is done. I also created the getter and setter for the service. So after that I am going to create one of the interface here for my employee service, and here I will decide like what all the method I will write it like I will get list of employee. If I will call a method like get all employee, here I am going to import the list class also. Other method I will write get employee by ID. So in this case I need to pass the employee ID here, and return type will be employee. And the third one API what I will write, I will add the employee detail. So return type will also be employee and seat employee. So here what I will do, I will pass the employee object here and this will be stored. And third what we will need, when we want to go and delete the employee detail, that time I don't want any return type, but I will call the delete employee method. And here what I will pass, I will pass ID. So now we decided, okay, I will write that for method, and I'm going to implement that interface with the employee service classes. So, employee service IMPL, and this class will implement this employee service interface. Now I am going to implement all this method, and I will annotate this class is service. So this will mark, okay, this class is called the service classes. Okay. After that I am going to create one of the controller in Java that is called employee controller. In case of so now employee controller, so I am annotating this classes with the REST controller, so that part is done. After that what I need write one of the API that will store employee detail here. So method will be like public, and employee will be the return type, and I'm calling the save employee. And here we also need, like, I need to call the service classes for storing the employee detail. Employee service I am calling, and what I am doing, the constructor here, and this will store, and I am doing the auto add. So I auto add, so this will automatically create that employee service object. Now what I am doing, I am calling the employee service and save employee, and what I am doing, I am passing the employee to this class, and this will return me this method with the post mapping. So P will be the capital, and I decided, okay, my URL will be like that. So and we also need some function called save employee, so I also need the get all employee. Here I will not pass anything, I will simply call this API, and mapping will be like get mapping. And this will, the return type will be list of employee. So I also did that part. After that I am going to create employee get employee by ID, and here I am passing the integer ID, and my method will return employee service part get employee by ID. I will pass that. After that I need to create, this will be the also the gate mapping, so I am going to annotate with the imply and id. Here I am using the path param, so I am using the annotation path variable. So I will mark this id with the path variable. So after that I also need to delete the imply. So in case of delete imply, I am also passing the integer id, and this id will be also a path param. So imply service dot delete imply by id, and this will be mapping like delete mapping, and here I am passing the imply and id. So now my controller part is done. After that I need to implement these methods like save, imply, detail and all this. So I am going to my service classes for get all the imply. What I'm not creating any database right now, so here I am creating the object of imply e1 equal to new imply, and I am setting the all the detail like set id equal to 1 dot set name equal to some name, and even dot set address equal to some address. And phone number, let me type any of the phone number. So now my imply e1 is created. The same way I am creating the e2, the different the two object, because we need list of object. And what I am doing, I am creating a list of imply list equal to array list, and I am imply list, I will add all the imply e1 and e2, and I will return the imply list. So this will return me like that, and all the imply will be returned here. The same way also I am doing get imply by imply id. Whatever id will pass, this will already return this imply and return e1. That's it. Now we are getting the imply detail by id. In case of save imply, I am also going and creating the same object, and I am returning the e1 here. So this will be your response for the, and in case of delete, I am returning the null here. I'm not doing anything because I don't want any return. But in case of delete imply, we also need imply. So I am selecting this one, and the same get imply by id. I think I need the OK is enough for me. 200 get all imply also OK, and save imply I think I need create it. So this is the response status we need with that code. So build will be complete. Then I'm going and I'm running this project in debug mode right now. So you can see that project started running, and Spring Boot have already inbuilt server. You can see here the Tomcat server is started because this is the default server, and my application is running the port 8080. and I'm calling the ports. You can see that service is running perfectly and giving me the response. If I want to call the get, so this will give me the all the response whatever I have. This is the 2 I saved it. If I want to call the delete, then I will pass any ID. This will give me the delete response, and the get by ID also. This is working perfectly. Guys, so this is for today videos, and we learn how we can create the simple REST API with the Spring Boot. Thank you.